Welcome to another school year. It's 2020, 2021 teachers, and it's time to get started. This year, my school district, there it is, Lexington Richland School District 5, has chosen a movie theme and lights, camera, action. And so this year I'm going to be looking at positive cinematic spotlights. I'll be looking at movies with positive messages. I'm going to be looking at how movies were created and the positive things we can learn from their creation. And many actors and directors have inspiring stories of their own to look at. Now, to start off this year, I wanted to look at the 1994 Academy Award winning Pulp Fiction. Now, Pulp Fiction has, being a tale of crime, has many characters that we do not want to look up to. They are morally questionable and make decisions that we should not be emulating. But the real inspiration in Pulp Fiction is in the writer director Quentin Tarantino and his writing of the film, the screenplay. Now, Quentin Tarantino dropped out of high school at the age of 15, and he spent many of his formative years uh, working in a video rental shop, if you'll remember those back in the day when we couldn't just sit on our couches and choose what we wanted to watch. Um, and of course, he, being a movie fan, watched many of the movies in the rental store, and he was considered the store expert. Now, he noticed certain tropes in his favorite movies, and he was experimenting with writing screenplays. And some of the tropes he noticed were boxers who refused to take a dive, um, gangsters who were asked to entertain their boss's girlfriend, and then there's the two hitmen on a job motif. And so he started to write that script. Well, Quentin Tarantino had learned the benefit of having a typist to take his scripts, which he would handwrite and type it up before submitting it um, to be accepted and turned into a movie. So he turned over the script to Pulp Fiction to a typist who said that his script looked like the diary of a madman. She said that his handwriting was atrocious, um, and that she was averaging 9,000 grammatical errors a page. Most likely hyperbole, right? Exaggeration. But I haven't been able to find a sample of his original writing, so I am not sure. Now, the script that was so poorly written went on to become, as I said, an Academy Award winning film. That is inspirational because Quentin Tarantino had a dream. He had a goal. He wanted to write movies, he wanted to work in movies. And he didn't let his weaknesses hold him back. Certainly, he made some bad decisions. He dropped out of high school. No one's going to encourage anyone to do that. Uh, but despite his weaknesses, he was able to create what Roger Ebert called, I got to check my notes, Roger Ebert called the most influential film of the 1990s. And if you ever watched Siskel and Ebert, you know it's hard to impress those two gentlemen. Um, what that tells me is that as we go into this virtual teaching situation, whether you're going completely virtual every day with a class of students sitting at their home, or you're doing this hybrid like I'm doing, where some days you're in person and some days you're putting together video lessons for them to watch on their own. And then for us, one day a week, we are live in person on video. One thing to keep in mind is it does not have to be perfect to be effective. This is new for the vast majority of us. Do not let small errors, like I'm sure you've been seeing me do, discourage you. See, I forgot my word. All right. Don't let small mistakes discourage you. Just because it's not perfect does not mean it's not effective. Another side of this is we're going to turn the focus over to the students. Clearly, Quentin Tarantino was not a very good writer in terms of grammatical rules, but he still had a dream to write, and he made that dream happen. When we're talking to our students about their dreams and their goals, we need to be careful about discouraging them, even if it looks like right now they don't have the strengths needed to be successful in that role. After all, there are lots of screenwriters who've gone to college, taken screenwriting classes in college, and there are more film scripts out there not being chosen than there are scripts that are being made into movies, much less award winning movies. For the record, the award that Pulp Fiction won was for Best Original Screenplay. People saw past Quentin Tarantino's weaknesses. He did not let his weaknesses hold him back from his goal, and he became an award winning, repeatedly award winning, and critically acclaimed writer and director. It doesn't have to be perfect to be effective. It doesn't have to be perfect to reach our students. And our students have many ways to achieve their goals. Don't discourage them just because you see a weakness in their goal. Encourage them because you never know how they're going to get there. All right, everybody, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being the best as you can be, and keep up the hard work. Goodbye.